Hey guys, so I wanted to show you how to create the most efficient zombie and skeleton spawner in Minecraft. And first I just wanted to go over the details and how mobs spawn with these spawners. So first they're going to spawn in an 8x8x3 area. So this I actually have a 9x9x 4. Yeah, ultimately it'll be like this. This is the roof, so yeah, 4. So you can make it bigger, you know, they'll still spawn, and I like that because if you have an 8x8, you know, this spawner will be a little bit off. You know, you'll have one side that's 3 away, and then one side that's 4 away. So I just like to keep it directly in the center, so it's a 9x9. And they will spawn 4 zombies every 10 to 40 seconds. So where the efficiency comes in with these things is getting these zombies out of the 8x8x3 area in time, so when the next group of zombies spawn, they don't spawn 2 or 3 or 1 zombies because there's still a zombie stuck in this funnel area. So if you want to learn how to build these things, I'll leave a couple links in the description, but just as a baseline, just a quick thought. I mean, you see the spawner, it's 4 away, 4 away, 4 away, so 1, 2, 3, and then the 4 is this little edge that goes down. And then you can really make the ceiling as high as you want. It doesn't really matter. I just like to make sure you're at least 1 or 2 below it. I prefer 2 because if you have 1, then in the waters here, you know, they're just going to get stuck on the spawner. So preferably 2 below it, and then you should be fine. And then at that point, it's just creating the funnel, which I'll show you how to make over here. It's pretty simple on how to make these, but again, I'll leave a link in the description. So the biggest problem people have with these XP farms, at least in modern Minecraft, is these little zombie guys. Ever since they were added, they created a lot of issues, and the biggest reason for is they actually clog this system. So here's the funnel. As you can see, the water goes through, and then what they'll do is they'll actually get stuck. So if I'm a zombie here, I'm a normal zombie, and I go up, they're 1 block tall. They're actually going to be sitting in this 1 block area, and they're just going to continuously jump, and then these zombies have a hard time going up, the regular zombies. So if I actually block this off, which would be how a normal spawner would be if it's not modified for these little guys, I'll show you what happens. And it's raining. Get that out of here. So he'll go in slowly. He's really fighting against the water. When they normally spawn, they're not going to be fighting. And as you can see, he's stuck. So he's just going to sit there, and if we have normal zombies going, they will eventually make it. I mean, he'll sit there and you know, he won't completely clog this system, but they will struggle if a lot of them are spawning at once. Every way that I'm going to explain, like the mistakes that people make, all of these ways actually end up working. They're just not as efficient, and I want to make it so these zombies that spawn in this water thing get out as quickly as possible. So then, if the spawner spawns in 10 seconds, they're not going to spawn 3 or 2. You know, it's going to spawn all 4. So if we make this hole, and then we drop 1, and then we'll spawn a couple with it. So he will get stuck in that little thing, but he will eventually get pushed and then into his hole. Oh, there he goes. So he'll start a clog for a little bit, but eventually he'll get in there. And then he's away from all the zombies, so they'll continue to go up while he sticks in his hole. Now, I haven't really found a way to get around having this block, because you need that to have water continue. And the whole reason you need to have 2 water sources, I'll show you in a second. If you have it, so because this water will only go about 4 blocks, and actually we'll head over there right now. So you can have the funnel this way. It's fine. It works. You can still have the hole, and as you can see, he's not going to get stuck in a you know, a 1 block thing like I was showing there. But the problem with that is we have it so we have to have a sign right here to hold the water above, because obviously the water doesn't continue. What will happen is they will start jumping. They're going to get stuck in this water, and then they're actually going to get stuck on this block here, because there isn't a block next to this water. We have to put a sign, because if we do that, you know, then they're going to have a really hard time getting in here, because they're going to get stuck on this block. So we have to have just a sign there. Let me change it today. So they're ultimately going to get stuck here, and that doesn't help our efficiency goal. So that's the first mistake I see people doing, is they try to work off of this one block, but we need to continue it. So with that mindset, they make mistake 2, where they put one sign here. What happens is, if I spawn a couple zombies, there's always going to be one stuck right there until another one nudges it. Again, efficiency problem. We want them to continue all the way up and continuously going through. Again, you can still have the hole, but you have this problem. Another quick thing I want to mention too, having a 2-block high funnel is really bad, because they actually kind of get stuck at this area. Once they kind of get bunched up, they're gonna sit in this area, and this counts as the area where they can spawn. And that's a no-no, because next time the spawner spawns, it's going to spawn less zombies, because there's still some of them stuck in here. So if I show you, as you can see, they kind of sit there jumping around. They'll eventually get through, but it's not as quick as if we broke that. You know, they're in right away. So this is what I found to be the most efficient way. This is basically the same thing over there, but a cleaner look. We don't have all the little, these things I was showing above is for the little zombies, how I was getting them spawned in. So again, zombies are going to go in. Because it's 3 high, they're going to go in relatively quickly. They're going to keep pushing, and they're going to go up. So this process is just one on a sign at the bottom to stop this water, a sign here to not allow this water at the top to go to the left, so that everything is continuously moving forward until they hit this end, and then they just go up. And it's just the simple sign water thing that everybody does, you know. So the sign water, they go all the way up, and then this water at the top makes them go all the way to the funnel. And again, I had another sign down, sign here to continue the water going forward until the funnel here. Now, another way to make your XP farm more efficient, so let's say you've gotten that best funnel way, and the zombies are going up quickly, everything's fine, but being that the spawners themselves spawn every 10 to 40 seconds, you know, you're going to be sitting there for a little while. I mean, probably 10-15 minutes before you get a large clump of them there. So another best way is to get lucky in at least survival Minecraft and get a spawner near it. And it doesn't really necessarily need to be next to it like this. I'll show you in a second my single player world. I actually found one close enough. So just to show you how the funneling system works, it's insanely easy, but for anybody who wouldn't know, it's just finding a middle ground in the middle of these that make them both spawn, and it's just connecting them up. So as you can see, this comes up, and it just goes right down. And even if this one is at an angle over here, it's going to come up, move to the side, and then the water, you know, can go around corners, so it will just reconnect up at the middle. That will all be fine. All right, so here's my single player world, and if I just go right below my house, I actually have 2 spawners that I got close enough to that I was able to get them both to spawn. So this cave right here actually continued going forward. It was actually up here, and to get to the spot that allowed them both to turn on, I actually had to dig down. And then here is the thing. So this looks a little bit weird. It looks a little bit different. The base is wider. It allows them to spread out a little bit. I've been just kind of testing things out. At least in my world, when they all go to just one block, sometimes they fall, and I'm not sure if they're falling on top of another one to kill it or if they're killing themselves. But they'll start to die every time one falls. And I'm trying to test to see if a larger base makes them not. Haven't confirmed anything yet. But here's the first spawner right in here. So this is actually where I first had them come down when I found this first spawner, and I didn't make the realization that another one was close enough. So here it is, same thing as before, you know, the sine way and everything. And then right over here, if I run past, here is the other one. And again, same thing as before. Go in there, sign 3 high, all the same stuff. Now, if you're in your single player world and you want to figure out a block or you need to find an area to see if both of them start spawning. I find it easier with a X-ray texture pack. I know that's kind of cheating, but I kind of justify it myself in my own world because I'm not using it to search for ores around. You know, I'm just using it for this spawner area, or the spawner method. But if you don't want to use it, I mean, I just use glass. You know, so I'd put glass through all this so I can kind of see this spawner, and then obviously put torches and make it not spawn until you figure out once they're both starting. So how you see it is just the fire around it. So what I did is I was just kind of walking around. I kind of went to a spot where that turns off. That one's on. Okay, if I come closer, oh, they're both on. So, you know, that you can find an area that works. I actually just found this spot. As you can see, if I come here, that one turns on, that one turns on, and then I can just hit the zombies when they fall right here. So it's finding that block, because you need to be 16 blocks away from the spawner, and that gives you a lot. I mean, if they're both 16 blocks away, that that means 32 that you can be away from. At least between the two, and you can still make it work. And then as far as the funneling, again, they're not exactly next to each other like in the kind of demo I showed before. So what I had to do is, here's the funnel. It goes up. Now this one actually here, I lined up perfectly with it, so I didn't have to do any turning. But this one over here I did. So this one goes up, goes over what, 4 or 5 blocks, and then it just goes down. And for those who are curious, I'll show you how that turn works. So I'll actually go through the tunnel here. So that hole is for the little guys. I'm going up. Again, same thing as before. Water takes me here, and then I had to stop it pretty early. So so I only had 2 blocks for the water to go. Sign there, water on top to keep it going, goes around a corner. And then the reason I had it cut off so short is I needed 8 blocks for the water to get to the funnel, which is right here. And if I cut it off later, then the water is just going to go down the hole. So you need to make sure it ends right here. Takes me down into the funnel. And that's it. I hope this video helped some people out. I've been researching and looking at other YouTube videos on how to make this happen and make it most efficient. And I found some people's, but I found some of the videos were making some mistakes, and I looked at the comments and people were expressing their concerns about the mistakes they made with it not being as efficient, and zombies getting stuck, and the spawner only spawning 2 or 3 zombies, because they're still stuck there. So I hope this video helps some people out in making it a little bit more efficient, and then as well as seeing if you can find any spawners and connecting them up to make it twice as efficient. Thanks guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.